Greetings! Hello everyone. Hi, welcome. It's Saturday, the whatever of May. It's nearly the end. In fact, one more show before the end of this month because I'm not going to be one more show. So this is... It was an attack fly. Did you see it? Yeah. Come in like that. Evening, baby. Hi everyone, whoever's out there. All frick evening, Mr. D Jr. I love the Junior. I like when Bagheera calls me boy. No one else can call me that though. Hi bro. You alright, King Kev? What are you saying? We got a weird little show tonight. We're going to do some stuff we don't normally do on stream. We are starting a completely new project. In fact, probably 2 new projects on stream. We're not painting tonight. We're model making. Hello, Ryan. My pocket started talking. Hello, mate. It's always good to be a sub, or not a sub. Just push the notifications. Didn't realise you were on. Yeah, Saturdays if possible. We're not on next Saturday though, because I am expecting a delivery from abroad and I need to unwrap it. It's a big Lego kit, obviously. It's because it's May, so I'm going to get something special and spend a few days playing with it, pushing all the buttons. Anyway, I won't be here next Saturday, but I will be here Monday. Last show of the month. We got the best giveaway this month. If you are one of the donators, top 5 donators are in every month on this giveaway, and it's so good. Oh God, I love it. I'm going to show you in a second. In fact, let's go split and show you what we're doing tonight. So we are doing 40k and something else. Ragnar Blackmane, blah, blah, blah. I've got this. We talked about actually doing a build. So we'll go through the cleanup, the put together, how I'd approach it, how I do that. Looking at it, I was thinking I might be able to do some stuff. But it's got enough stuff. I don't think it needs any bits added. I even got some sprues out and that. Even in Mr. Stander, we're just going to do kind of like a basic how to clean it up. Any kind of like, if I feel things need drilling. He hasn't even got a gun. But anyway, the process you should be going through to build like really high quality, because it's going to be a match for our Gazgul that we did, like the ridiculous Golden Demon Gazgul. So there's going to be a Golden Demon Ragnar to go with it. Okay, so and I never really showed you the build process at all. Also, we have got another little build project which relates to this month's giveaway. So this is this month's art. I love this so much, and I cannot tell you how much better this is in flesh than what you are seeing on stream. But he is a thing of absolute he just brings joy in my life, and I've been gonna spend the next week or so with him, because I know I've got to say goodbye in his little pram. I've got to close the lid and send him off to be with Luke. I'm gonna be sad, man. Good evening, Mr. Captain Rex. So this is this month's donator giveaway. If you want to be in, all you got to do is donate and be in the top 5. It's not that big a deal, believe it or not, to be in those top 5. So, and the project that ties into the just gorgeous Baby Yoda in his hover pram is, have you got that artwork available of Baby Yoda that you can just, can you do it that quick? How quick can you do it, Al? So I've got this. This is another one that I found. This is the same collectible range. Isn't he adorable? They're just adorable, like as an actual little thing. But it's clearly a little toy. That's how this started life, right? And then we turned it into that. And I'm going to give you that. So this one, Al found this adorable little baby Captain Yoda. Babuff. Nice, Al. That was almost like... And he's sad. I don't like how sad he is. But I kind of like the little hood and the whole Captain Yoda theme and the shield and all that. There's no way I'm going to like try and sculpt all of his uniform, because that's not what these projects are about. But get rid of that a sec. So what I thought, and to best explain myself, and I don't do this very often, I scribbled a picture before we started. Hey, oh, hello Richie C. Hey up me duck. Oh, that felt so bad.
It's not good, is it?
I felt a bit sick in my mouth then. Sorry about that. I did a little scribble of what I wanted to do with him. Right, so keeping along with the Baby Yoda themes, we've got the same sort of little guy, and I thought I'd get rid of the Mandalorian thing and I'd make a little star, and then I'd give him a shield and a little hood. So that was going to kind of be a little project. He is adorable, isn't he? And I think he'd be adorable done like this. And what I've got, just to show you, by the way, I might give this away tonight if anyone wants a little scribble. If anyone would like a little scribble, I want the best reason why I should send you my scribble. Now I got a bit, very glary on the screen. I got a bit of Lego. I cut it as well. It's bad. It's very hard. What collectibles are these? These are the Bounty Collection. They are made by... where was it? Who was it? Hasbro. It's a Disney license. There's 12 of them. Series 1, Series 2. I've got this one as well, where I'm going to turn into the Joker. Yeah, we've got that artwork in a minute. Al's going to show you. But this is the start of like my mod process. Was I wanted something for a shield, so I got a Lego radar dish sort of thing. I cut the bit off the front. I'll end up filling it and then sanding it smooth, so we make the shield like that. I'm going to cut off the emblem and I'm going to make a star, probably out of green stuff. I think it's probably going to be the easiest way to get that to work, because I might make like a round thing and then the star on it, like a medallion. And then I will sculpt like the face cap on him, because that's what he needs. He needs like a little Captain America helmet, and I think he'll be adorable, and he will be next month's giveaway. So I'm going to start with cleaning up Ragnar. I was even thinking of putting him on like a little base and having a tesseract in front of him with a little glow. That might be kind of nice, and he's looking at it. I don't know yet. The sketch should stay with the finished figure concept to reality. You know what? That's a really good idea, Captain. That's a really good idea. Perfect. That's it. The sketch goes with next month's prize, which will be this little guy. And the idea is we get to do some sculpting, right? We get to work with some green stuff as a project on this, because I know we're not going to get to really work with anything on this very much worth talking about apart from filling the gap. I broke it. You know, the worst thing about Lego is when it falls apart, you can't just put it back together. It's just blue tack at the moment, but he's going to be cool, right? I'm sure you can see the potential. Right, yeah. So what are you all doing? Come talk to me. I should have this week. I've been a bit distracted, I'm not going to lie. I should have thought of a subject to conversation again, like I did last week, like I intelligently thought of Food Loves Heaven and Hell, remember? Mm-hmm. Right. We need something like that again tonight, so you guys can talk to me. Let's get that out of the way so we can actually see what you're saying. What was this? He's adorable. What drinking cold tea still, Richie C. What was that about? No,
his
not
kettle's
drink.
broke. His kettle died today.
I mean, Rich, getting a kettle is not a hard thing.
Right,
and
sure, he's already got another kettle.
Hasn't he not just got a pan? Nah. Or you could just heat water in a pan, I heard. I heard that's possible, because I always do all my pasta, like I heat the water up in the kettle.
Yeah. Kelly says, I have some material to make those Lego stands for you, bro. If you could sketch out some dimensions, I'll pop round one night. Yeah, alright, I will start doing that.
Rich says the new kettle literally just turned up, which means I think he might have same day Amazon did.
Same day Amazon. That's so lazy, Rich, man.
Mr. Stander says, sat digesting a huge barbecue cooked for me as my cooked by me as my eldest son up for the weekend with his fiancée.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, Wonder Woman, Captain America, or Terminator. Pick your favourite character.
Ahsoka. Except for 1960s Wonder Woman, I did have a bit of a crush on 1970s Wonder Woman with her she had a magnificent costume.
I still
and I said
Ahsoka,
costume.
Yeah.
Can you see my hands, everyone? I'm glad my hands are not in shot a lot of the time. It didn't mean I have to get dressed and leave the house. That's always good. Scarlett today, right? I'll tell you a little story, everyone. Linda Carter, best part of Wonder Woman 1984. Linda Carter was only young pups. I think 1984, I was 8. I was 8, and yeah, she was amazing. Anyway, yeah, my story, because I didn't want to get up and go out today either, Rich. But this morning I was laying in bed and I got up really early and I managed to fall back asleep to have a lie-in for a change. And then I get a knock at my door. Now Gal Gadot does not compare, I'm sorry, to Linda Carter in 1984. Don't care. So got a knock at the door, and Scarlett comes in all dressed in a dress, and she's like, "What do you think, Dad? What do you think?" And I'm talking to B on the phone, and I'm like, "I know what this means. This means she wants to go later. She's gonna come to me. She's gonna go, Dad, do you need to go anywhere today?" And I'll be like, "No, I don't." She was like, "Are you sure?" And she stood there laughing because I'm right, and she did it to me, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she did it to me. I'd got up, and then about half an hour, she was like, "Dad, can we go to Hobbycraft?" And I was like, "I'm going to get her here." And I just went, "Yep." She's like, "What?" I was like, yeah, we can. I was like, "Okay." So, yeah, she knows how to get me.
Yeah.
I started my first proper job in 1984. I was 8. Did I have a job by the time I was 8? And I had my first milk round. I might have actually, Paul, as well, mate. So, though you are at least 30 years older than me. He is, right? He must be. Come on, compared to me.
Well, maybe.
20?
Rich says he was 2 years old.
Ah!
I wasn't even considered.
Your mum and dad weren't old enough to have you.
Yeah.
Right, so Ulfric, what is the purpose of the question?
I think it was just conversation topic.
Right, I'm going to start by clipping these off, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do it, and then hopefully we can all carry on. Okay, I'll tell you what. What were you all doing in 1984? We know what Alex was doing, right? What were you all doing in 1984? You didn't even see the 80s, did you, Al?
No.
You were 95, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Halfway through the 90s. That's when I started.
So these... Go on.
Oh, Captain Rex said, "I'd been working 13 years and married for 7 in 1984.
Oh, Captain Rex pulls out the big gun. Wait, Ulfric's going to and then Clive's going to pipe up. Oh, we're going to have all this, we're going to have a battle. I want to see what they're all doing in 1984. What was I actually doing in 1984? So I was 8. I was in primary school. I was still a good boy. I was still a good boy,
Had
Alex.
you been traded for mushrooms yet?
I was well into mushrooms by then, mate.
But had you been traded by that point?
Had I been traded at 8?
Yeah.
I think I was a little bit older when he traded me for the mushrooms.
Yeah, because we have a picture of you when you were traded for mushrooms, right?
So once, ladies and gentlemen, you might know about the obvious, the very regular stories of my father and his love for mushrooms. But once, when I was a teenager, and I'm talking maybe 12 years old, I was left with my brother in another part of the country. And my father was on his way to do some mushroom picking, and he says, "I'll come and pick you up, son." Only 12 now, remember, I'm missing my dad, want to come home. But when he went mushrooming, he was so successful that there was no room for me in the car. And he just went, "Do you know what, son? I'm going to have to choose between you and the mushrooms." And he went, "I'll see you later." And he just abandoned me for some mushrooms, everyone.
Well, you had that other guy with him, right?
That might have been the turning point, Alex.
Giancarlo,
that's right. That might have been the turning point when I was like, "Do you know what? It's done. It's done. It's time to walk that shadowy path."
Ulfric says in 1984 I was 25 years old. So long ago I can't remember what I was doing.
Wow.
Wow.
So I'm where Ulfric was in 1984.
Yeah, right. Yeah, wow.
B says I passed this time.
B wasn't even alive then, right? She was only just being thought of. She's only 21. Everyone knows that. There's so many little bits to one man. How is this possible?
Well, you know.
Like, it's normally, right, like 2 arms, legs, body and a backpack, right?
Yeah, but then the 3-piece cape stuff.
I mean, you've got to cut off some of these rich, right? And leave a little bit of... See, like on there, I had to cut it rich and leave this bit, because getting too close on some of the bits, you could damage it. I think it's better to get them off and either clip again, or more likely I'm going to go in, that's the point, I'm going to go in and clean it. I don't want to damage the sculpt, so be careful when you are cutting these off. Especially like on these, like this head and stuff. Why did you put a cast point there? Damn, I remember when like a Space Marine character was just metal. That's how you knew you had a character model.
The US president was Ronald Reagan.
He was. Oh,
The
Ronnie
UK
boy.
Prime Minister was Margaret Thatcher. And
Yeah.
it was Pope
John Paul.
the second.
My mum met Pope John Paul, everyone. She knew him personally. Used to go out for like a little limoncello and a pizza in the piazza.
Hello by Lionel Richie was in the top 5.
Are you reading all this? Have you found this?
I just googled it, yeah.
Yeah, wicked.
Just to see what was that.
Sorry, everyone. Corona. It's the sword. You know, me and Al were talking about that this guy, this model, for those of you into this kind of the geeky backstory, he can only really be one way. He can't have a different set of armour. He can't have a different weapon. He's not meant to anyway. So that's it all cut off. I have realised as well, as I am cutting this off the sprue, that each one of those little bits was attached to the sprue next to a number. Shush, Alex. Look at all the little numbers that I haven't thought about. But that's alright, because we're going to just try and do this the hard way. You know the way I like to build a Lego set, which is open all the bags and sort them just into colour piles. It takes longer to find the bit, and I feel like it adds to my enjoyment of the whole process. So before we do, we'll start like kind of piece by piece.
I mean, you're doing alright with that, they're all grey.
They're all grey.
They're doing alright.
So we want to stick a leg together first, right, it would seem. Yeah, this leg, we need a foot.
Richie C says the irony of that Lionel Richie video. Hello, is it me you're looking for? As he sings to a blind girl.
It is.
Captain Rex says all my early 40k were metal. We had a great store called Games Incorporated. The owner Phil used to split blister packs of Marines and sell them individually. Meant you didn't have to buy the ones that you didn't want. And Kay says, good evening, you lovely gents.
Good evening, you lovely Kay. How are you, my friend? I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Right, so you can see what I'm doing. Everywhere on this model that there is a mould line, we're going to go round. Right, this is a Swan Morton scalpel with a 10A blade. This is a brand new brand. I heard it then. This is a brand new blade. God, I don't know what I prefer. This is a brand new blade, right? And it's really sharp. And I have been working with this a long time, and I still cut myself all the time, but it is without doubt the best tool for the job, because you could use a file on certain parts, but we've got so many different shapes to go over that you just want to be able to almost recarve some of it. Like when you come into an edge, you don't want to, a file's just not delicate enough. And this is a delicate cleaning as well that you're doing. And it's some of it. Right, so you see here, we got this line of sculpt. But because of the casting process, the join of the mould created a mould line over and has obscured the detail of that join. So as I work round, I'll find that and I run my knife and I recut very gently. That bit of detail back into the model, right? You see what I did there? That's what you're doing when you're cleaning like these really, really high detailed models. If you want them to be real, you have to be fastidious.
Kay says, I'm very good. Got the pizza oven fired up for the first time this year. So full of delicious fresh made pizza.
Oh, you horrible man for telling us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you horrible, horrible man. But nice.
Kev says they had a store in Derby that did the same thing, split down blister packs so you could buy individual marines. You never had to struggle with that, did you?
No, I just took the whole pack.
Yeah. Captain Rex says, I've seen a suggestion about using the back edge of the blade for some mould lines. What's your thoughts on that?
You mean like to score? Do you mean to?
I think he's talking about like the, you know, you get the flat, just perfect single lines to scrape them back to it just being flat, using the back of the knife rather than the blade. Because the blade would like dig into it, I guess. But
What?
so you see when you have a mould line
Yeah.
that runs along your shin,
Yeah.
flipping the scalpel over. and
What, to
using
the
back-
blunt edge?
Yeah.
No. No, always the sharp edge. Don't use your blunt edge. Unless you're meaning to like recreate some of the detail.
He said, yeah. It was just something that you read.
Right, no, I if your blade is new and sharp and you're turning the piece to the right angle so that you've got that flat to work against, the sharp blade should give you really, like, you can't see it once it's gone. It does need to be sharp, because if it is blunt, that's when you're going to dig. But being sharp, you can take off such micro amounts, and having the length of the blade allows you to correct the difference in depth. You know, where a mould joins together and you get that compression mark. That's it. So that's all the visible mould lines on that piece gone, except for that little one that I just noticed. Okay, so that's one piece cleaned. Hopefully they're not all as bad, and a lot of them ain't, because of the way that they actually go into the mould process. So this has generally got just the insertion points where it was mounted on the sprue.
Kay says, I've heard that's more of a thing for resin than plastics, just because people say all sorts of mad stuff about handling rendered models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it with that. See, that wasn't as complicated because a piece like that is moulded completely differently. You can see the way the mould's going to go. Like you're going to have half and half joint together in a mould. But that is going to be a much simpler piece for a mould to deal with, because all the details are really on one side. And this again looks like it's just at a mould point. And then we can glue that together. Okay, I need glue. Where's my glue? Where the glue gone? Alright, I might have to, I'm going to use plastic glue. I'm glad none of you saw what I was doing then. Take the lighter out of your hand, idiot. They'll work it out. Right, sometimes those needles get clogged. When they get clogged, what you should do is get a pair of pliers, take the needle out, heat it up with a lighter, and then you get a clear needle. Do not heat it up with a lighter while it's in there, like I might have just done. Just for health and safety reasons, of course. Okay, so let's get this glued together. So many pieces though for a I always like to test fit and have a look. And when you're using plastic glue, it will, like this melt. It will melt the plastic, really join it. I want to try and glue in places that I'm not going to see.
Okay, so on a completely unrelated note, but I should be able to make fully homemade pizza this summer. Tomato from the garden, making more salami, and got the stuff for making my own mozzarella.
You'd like got too much time, man.
The only thing I won't have made myself is the flour for the dough.
Well, you need to try harder. Come on, surely you could build a little miniature, a model scale windmill that would just do enough flour for your pizzas. He could, couldn't he? And he could put some LEDs in it.
But wouldn't we have to have like a it's a space issue. You'd need a lot of room to grow wheat. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh
right. Well, you could buy the wheat, surely, but you'd still just mill your own flour.
Captain Rex is asking where Kay's keeping his buffalo.
Yeah, this is true, because like I know you got all the stuff to make mozzarella, but you ain't got the buffalo, surely. Okay. I see why they've done it in multi-part. It does let you have a much better level of detail. What's the next bit? So next bit's this bit. I need to clean this. And this will have loads. Look how much it's got on it. Running all the way down here. And down the inside. And down both these panels, etc, etc. Alright, let's get cleaning. I do, in advance, apologise for the noise of scraping plastic. Have you got used to the noise yet, Alex, of me playing with Lego?
Yeah.
Does it not bother you at all now?
No, not at all. I mean, I do get interested in what you're building.
No, you do.
Like, no, I can concentrate on Call of Duty.
You can just zone it out.
Yeah. In fact, the boys can hear you playing with Lego more than I can, because I'm sitting in the room with the headphones on, whereas they're just getting it picked up through the mic.
Right.
They're always asking what you're building.
Ah, okay.
It's just like Lego rustling noises in the back.
The Lego rustler.
Do you reckon that could be, would that be you, like in cowboy times?
The Lego rustler.
Lego rustler. Just like fields of Lego cows. Just picking them up and running away.
He done stole all the Legos.
Yeah.
That could be short for a leghorn, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Or a longhorn. They shortened it.
Rich says it's an unmistakable sound.
I find it weirdly therapeutic, the noise of it. I think it takes me to childhood. That's what it is. And like childhood is a place generally when you're playing with a toy like that. where you just zoned out from being stressed. You're not that. You're a kid. You're lost. You're like in that little bubble of time where nothing matters.
Things are just clicking together.
Yeah, you're just in your imagination, you know?
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, that's cleaned. That didn't take as long as I thought. Love it so much. I know you've seen the new stuff, right, Rich? The new R2D2, which is just so good. I've got an order ready for May the 1st when the VIP thing goes off on the Lego thing. I'm going to get me 2 new busts, and I'm going to wait for R2D2.
Yeah, Rich says that the new R2D2 is incredible. He loves building Lego.
Yeah,
like it is absolutely. You completely, you're like transported back to being a child.
Totally.
Completely gone.
Honestly, one of the best things I ever did, Rich, was I spent about £100 on buying this collector's set of Lego bits, and it was kilos. Do you remember? It turned up in those massive boxes of all sorted grey, black, white, blue, and I just have all these boxes of this sorted Lego, and whenever I buy a Lego kit I spend longer afterwards than I adding bits, and I do a little bit, and I just spend hours looking through boxes for a bit just to add that no one would ever know it was really there, but in my head, yeah, it's just great. Such a harmless thing. That's the leg on. Okay, let's do the next bit, which is the shin pad again. This will be an easy clean. The R2 is 2,000 plus 2-day bill for me. 2,300 and something, and it's 180 quid, which is really good, Rich, for use for a piece count, cost per piece. Yeah, I have to have it. I've got the other droids, right? So I need R2 to finish the set. How cool will he look in my room, in my cabinet,
Very
with
cool.
the others?
Yeah, that R2D2 is 2,000 pieces.
Yeah, 2-day build. I can make it last longer than that.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I told you have to do a drinking game when you build Lego as well, Rich.
Yeah, you just.
That's the real. You can't start the building until you're at least at the second Kraken, or the second. You know.
Like it's all fun and games. Going through your, the third Kraken, you're happy, you're great, and then you get halfway through your fourth Kraken, you're like, right, cool, I'm going to bed.
Oh yeah, I
That's
can't
why
do
it
any
lasts
more.
longer, yeah.
I'll come back to you another day. This is the next piece.
Rich says, I thought so. Razor Crest is like 1,300 bricks and costs 120 quid, so 180 for R2D2 is really good value.
Yeah, it's really, really good value. I got the Crest, Rich, and I redid all the engines with my bits. They look much better now. That is a really nice kit though. I was amazed at how big it was. Comparable with like buying a Falcon, like the normal size ones. And this has already got the orc skull added. Okay. Okay, so this goes like that. Let's have a look here. Now, is that meant to have such a crack? See that visible crack running through here?
I don't think so.
Let's have a look at the box. No, it does.
Oh, maybe it's meant to be a crack. They thought about
It does.
where it would fit together.
Or maybe like he's, I don't know. Yeah, oh yeah, okay. Alright. Okay, so let's put some glue here. And I also want to put a bit of glue on this bit so that this foot, where it joins, it will seal it. That's it. So I won't have to fill. That glue is enough. And this little cocktail stick that I've got, if you ever get anything that's too much, you can just clean the excess off. There we go. Okay, that's stuck nice. I do love the dynamic poses. You can see kind of how he's going to be leaping. Yeah, he's pushing off the surface. I agree. That's what it kind of looks like. That he's kind of caught the edge and cracked it. Because he is meant to be a bit of a beast, right? Okay, what's the next step? This is his bum bag. Where's the bum bag? There's the bum bag. That's really nice. There is definitely, it's been moulded over the wolf pelt, but it's a really good join where there's hardly any mould line on that. Got it here, but not so much on that wolf pelt, which is good. Damn, it's been so long. The last time I painted a Space Wolf was the stuff that was in the 40k rulebook, you know, Al. Those were the last Space Wolves ever. Didn't Peter try to get the Space Wolves ban? Are you joking? You are kidding, right?
What was that?
It's Rich. Read that comment. Peter is the protection of...
Oh, right, okay. There was a thing in a Greek newspaper years ago that basically said anybody who plays Games Workshop is a Nazi.
Or a devil worshipper. Why a Nazi though?
And Quillers.
Oh right, okay. Attack flies back out.
I know. I've been trying to murder it without moving.
Who's right? Petter are a joke. They're more concerned with getting headline inches than anything else. Yeah, all of that. Oh, do you know what? I get why it's broken. Because he's got these like things, these power things on his claws, on his feet. And if you look, there's even the scratch marks where they've like ripped into it. I get it now. They thought about this, Al.
They have.
Oh, it's quite impressive, you know.
Yeah, I bet. Like, it's a lot more detail than you used to see him with.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the chest. So it's two-part chest. Okay, so let's clean these up. A double-headed eagle has been symbol of symbol of European royal houses for centuries. See? Captain Rex putting things right. Good for you, Captain. I didn't know that. You know, if I ever went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Captain Rex would definitely be on my phone of friends.
Could you imagine ringing mood?
Alex, if you're getting mugged in the hood and you've got Nike Airs on and only some paper napkins and a headband, what do you do? Yeah, I'd ring you then.
Yeah. So,
but Captain Rex would be a good call.
Just as a comparison here, that's what your Ragnar Blackman would have looked like when you painted him last.
How
right?
good was that?
Look how 2D it is.
You can't find that picture on the internet, can you?
I'm sure I can.
What, of my army?
Yeah.
I bet you can't. What edition was it? 4th edition, I think.
Did it have Black Templars on the front of it?
I can't remember. Let me see. Oh my god, what am I? What are my telescope eyes? That one, I think.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
5th edition.
Yeah, that's from 2004.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, cool.
Because, Simeon would have been about 4. Yeah, 4 or 5 years old. Ooh. I'd love to see that on screen. That picture. I won a grand tournament best army with it. And I came third in grand tournament with that army. That year. When I was competitive 40k in. It's just got one finger on this. That's always been one of the things I hated, you know, like this little concertina cleaning these. Any joy?
I'll find it eventually.
I'm thinking it might be easy to just take a photo.
What? I mean, do you have the rule?
I think it's in the house. I don't think it's there. I think it's in the house. That bottom cupboard is now gaming cases.
Yeah, it's on the shelf somewhere.
Thought I took it in
What stuff?
with all the white dwarfs.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that's those two cleaned. So where's the glue want to go? Okay. Such a tiny little thing to be building in this many parts. It's cool though. But I am going to kill it out. It's on a hyper. It's had some sugar. What's it been in? It hasn't been on me Red Bull, is it?
What's that?
The angry fly.
I don't know.
Peter were concerned about the fur coats on Space Wolves.
I don't know. What, that they came from real plastic wolves?
Whatever happened with Chaplain Dread?
Oh, Chaplain Dread.
What, my Chaplain Dreadnought?
It's in the cupboard, isn't it?
What do you mean? No.
Your Dark Angel.
Oh, I love you.
Archlin, hello mate. No,
That won't be necessary.
I've got a picture of it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Where?
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that up. Where did you find that?
Bolter and chainsaw.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm going to get this fly.
A whole bunch of stuff.
Did I get him? We shall know very soon. Always clap above them, ladies and gentlemen, because they take off upwards and you get them. I'm pretty good at fly killing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Al's going to show you a picture in a second. Let's have a look at this. So they want you to stick the body to the torso before the hands and onto that. Okay, I'm just gonna do what they say. Or am I? Am I gonna keep this separate? Do I want this in two parts? That might not be a bad idea. I'm not gonna stick that together yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carry on building this torso. I'm gonna see, because I've got a feeling, yeah, this cape's going to attach to the back, so I might be better off building this as a 2-part or a 3-part, because I definitely was never going to stick the head on. I was going to paint it separately. Let's do that. Morning, Archnin, you beautiful man. Archnin, right? I've still got to message you about your delivery, which you'll be getting soon, but I will. But have you seen this month's giveaway, Archnin? Look at that. I'm sorry, he keeps looking at me out of the corner of my eye. When is that event in Derby? I have no idea, Ulfric. I have nothing to do with that. You got a picture for me, Al?
Yeah, no, I did.
Are you still looking for...
No, I've saved it multiple times at this card.
It's lost in the computer. Wow, what was that noise for?
Just because I tried typing in a box it couldn't be typed in.
Wow. It's a very cool hand. It's a very well sculpted set of fingers. We've got the focus pretty low down today because I'm working on a table, but that is a really well cast hand. I missed the mould line. You found it?
Yeah.
Yay for Al! Shoot me a message over whenever. I will, bro. We've got a plan on how we're going to get it to you. Me and Bagheeta. I'll talk you through it all. But we'll wait for the end of this month. We've only got this stream and one more because you never know. You might have another one come with you. This was... See, that Dark Templar blogspot, I think that's someone that I used to know. This was a Chaplain Dreadnought that are sculpted, like heavily sculpted. There's parts of original kit, but a lot of that was heavily made from scratch that got sent to America for a job interview with Games Workshop and never come back. It's cooler. Look at that. My painting was a bit shit then though, I think. Sorry everyone. It probably wasn't for most people, but I'm still like, I could do that so much better now, I think. I really do. I never had an airbrush though, and it was all about building and sculpting for me then. It's like his face.
Yeah.
It's cooler.
It was very cool. I thought we had it.
Nah, it never came back. And it's like the candle melting on top of the skull and...
Or not seeing things. I'm just trying to see if I can...
Yeah, sorry pups. I'm really sorry everyone, I did a bad. Okay, so it's the chainsword time. So this is called what? Frost Fang. So any of you nerds know anything about this sword? One of you will know the backstory. Wow, that's unfortunate they've done that. It makes it hard. Where they put this mould line on this handle.
The George Della Pina Archives, eh?
What do you mean the George Della Pina Archives?
George Della Pina Archives. It's pictures of your artwork.
Where do you find this stuff?
I just googled your name. Yeah, tiny killer cans.
Yeah, made out of Kinder eggs.
Yeah,
they were like one of the things I was most famous for. And you know the Dreadnought?
Yeah.
Was made out of a salt and pepper pot.
Wicked.
They were my Kinder Egg killer cans. They were amazing.
Yeah, they're wicked. Tiny little heads.
Save a picture of those.
Yeah. Very adorable.
It was when I was young and you just made things on a budget. I was like, I can't afford 6 kilo cans. Are you mad?
And also
I'm a kid.
When you were just like...
I'm going to make them out of Kinder Eggs.
I'm sure that was a thing that you decided at like 1 o'clock in the morning. What you were like, no, I need some killer cans. What have I got laying around?
I know, not what, for a tournament?
Yeah.
No, I was too young for that.
No.
I never played a game of anything until 6 months after I started working for Games Workshop. I was only ever interested in model making and like painting.
What did they say to you? I know you can paint, but you need to learn how to play the game.
No, they were like, you can paint so well, we don't care.
Yeah, look, I can put my cookies in the tiny
Look
little...
at them. So it was a Kinder Egg. So it's a Kinder Egg with a base stuck on the roof, now I remember, with a little bit of detail, so it had like a little hatch. And then the jaw was just cardboard or plasticard. I think it was cardboard. Same as the vision slits, because it was really easy to stick. And then I just stuck guns on each side. And the feet are 2 bits of foam board with a bit of plasticard and some plastic rod for toes. They were my really cheap killer cans and dreadnought. And the dreadnought's like, a salt pot or something. That's salt come in. All made from rubbish. That was so long ago. At least 20 years ago. 20 plus years ago. Yeah, 20 plus years ago. Damn, Al. Why would there even be pictures of that on the internet? Did the internet exist then? Well, it might have. Okay, sorry. I'm still on this sword. Okay, let's get this on. Let's have a look here. Where do you fit together? Okay, so glue this bit. Little bit too much glue just there. You can't find it, right?
I'm sure I will. Eventually.
Do they not have like an online version of that rulebook? So no, it's this piece. We're going to start dealing with the cape, everyone. Al has a problem with the cape.
Yeah, I don't like it.
He said he don't like it. So we're going to get it together and hopefully we'll be able to change Al's opinion.
Did you ever make a chimera out of a rhino?
Yeah, kind of.
I found out.
Yeah, there was like a whole Finnish guard army.
Yeah, I've got that in pictures.
Yeah, that was in one of the books as well.
Dragon Slayers.
That's it.
Look, wicked.
Yeah, no.
Painting showcase. What? Did you do knights? No.
What, on the...
On the...
Show me.
No, they were...
I did do some Bretonians for the studio.
Yeah. Oh, it's just some other tab. Related images, there's one. And there's still just your...
By the way, I've got some news for you lot about something upcoming that I can't tell you too much about yet, but you should know to be excited. I'm pretty sure we're looking at kicking what I'm talking about off next month, hopefully. But I am going to be building and painting a model on this show that will be one of one in the world, right? And that doesn't mean it will be one of one just because I painted it. It will be the only one of these models in existence, period, because there's only ever been one made. But you have to wait and see it. I'm working with some people that are awesome. All will become apparent, and those of you that are not dumb, those of you that have been about will probably be able to work out roughly what's going on. But let's just say I have seen some stuff, and upon seeing what I have seen, it changed me, and I'm sure it will have a vast effect on you lot. Okay, now we're going to get to the bit of the cape that Alex hates. Alex hates this bit.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I need to see it together. I mean, on its own, I do agree with you. It does look a bit ridiculous.
There's lots of your orcs and this Gargant mega factory.
Yeah, that was after I left. Well, no, while I was at Cambridge, that was. It wasn't for them though. That was my own personal commission.
There's a whole painting thread.
Okay, so there's that one and this one. I love that. I love the backstory behind the Space Wolves and how they've got their like initiation and where they go out and have to kill their own wolf and left all naked in the wilds to see if they survive. It's harsh. Careful here because of these nails. I don't want to break them. But they do need cleaning.
No, I think this is I'd have to go get the book.
Give it a try then in the house.
Yeah.
It'll be in the middle drawer, you know, of the display cabinet that isn't the Lego display cabinet.
Yep.
That cabinet, bottom drawer, I think it's in there with the White Dwarfs. Like he says. Just checking. What's that? No, that's a notepad. Thank you, Alexandre. You do need glasses, those of you that are over like 15 to do this stuff. Just gently goes over his nose. And these are almost like invisible at the moment, but once you put a coat of paint on it, they jump out so much. Okay, so it would appear this bit goes like this. Oh, it's got his shoulder pad. Oh, I see. And then there must be another part to the shoulder pad. Yeah. I'm not going to stick that on yet either. And this goes how? What? Okay. Okay, you go like that. Okay. Okay, so that needs to be stuck. That is a very strange little fitting. So now that we've joined that, we need to leave that for a minute. We need to let that dry. Because as that dries, that'll go hard enough for us to then work over it this way with the knife and clean that join to bring those two bits of plastic together. That's plastic cement is the best bet for this because it does melt both surfaces that it sticks. So it welds it. So when you clean it with a knife, it will literally become one piece. Okay, so I don't hate it as much now at all. It is a bit though, isn't it? What do you think? It's a bit extreme, that. The actual sculpt on that. Let's have a look on the body. Damn, how'd you go on? That's how you go on. It's a bit weird, it is. Okay, let's have a look at it then. I'm a bit loath to go hacking at it. So that's better already, no? Than that. You just take off that bit of the cape, maybe. Let's ask Al's opinion when he gets here. Did you find it?
I did.
Wow. Well, look at this, Al. We need your opinion. It's because I've stuck this bit of cape together.
Right.
And I do understand what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what they're going for, but they made that part of the caster too long. Yeah, I agree. I see what they're going for as well, Archnin. I do know what you're talking about. Because if we get that how it should sit, they were going for like the flick.
Yeah, like it's
to add motion to the sculpt.
I think they've gone far too far.
I think they might have gone far too far, and I think I might bravely cut some of that away.
And always sculpt it backwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna be brave. Now, I shouldn't be in any level advocating cutting towards your finger the way I am, but as I'm carving this, I'm not sure how I'm meant to control my tool without doing that. That's much better. Look how much better that is. Right, but what we need to do now, can you see the thickness of the plastic there? So we need to sort this out. So we're going to shave it like this. Don't want to go too thin, we still need to keep. So you can see, well, I'm like, it's like fine. If you were working a bit of wood, you'd be doing that with like a plane, really gently, just taking off little bits, recarving the shape that's there out of what is there. So let's go up there. So by the time we're finished, it won't notice, and we don't need to try and put any green on this.
Is this your Space Wars?
Yes. Was it that edition or was it the one before?
No, it was that edition. The one that you thought it was. Fourth.
Is there another way of carving? You're meant to use your knife away from yourself, right? That's the health and safety way. But for me, having like that allows me to control this much more. I can feel what my knife is doing more than pushing away from myself. But as a teacher, I should advocate that you don't. So I think that is a much more acceptable bit of that cape, don't you, Al?
Yeah.
Do you think it needs even more?
No.
It doesn't, does it?
It was just that huge spike made it look like it was cast in cape spill. It just wasn't.
You know what that needs here to come off
into a square.
Come off that point a bit.
Yeah. Nobody has pointy capes.
And nobody has pointy cape. If it's stuff from Ryan, put it in. You know, we'd all love to see that when you get a chance.
No. I can't.
Oh, okay.
I've been told specifically not to.
Oh, I know what it is then.
Cool. Here's Kevin. Cool.
Okay, I'm happier with that. Much happier with the shape. Okay, so if I did that and that, does that have another bit of shoulder pad that goes around the front? No, it has another bit of that goes. Wow, okay. So I think this has got to be stuck together. As this goes round the front. So there's no way of adding that on. I don't think so. I think it'd look really bad if you tried painting this all in pieces. So let's get this side stuck on. Let's have a look where that sticks. Okay, actually in here.
So this is a picture of what Kev's been working on. Like a big griffin.
Oh wow! What's that for?
I'm gonna guess Age of Sigma, but that's...
That is massive. Look how cool that is.
1 second, there's one more.
I like that.
You can see his face.
Yeah, I want to see it the other way. Alright, I can see he's still got... But you've been using contrasts, Kev, on that. I think that's quite a good use of contrast. If you have, you could build up some different... with more than one layer or colour even. It might be a good place to use the contrast paint.
He says, yeah, Age of Sigma.
Yeah, I thought he had. So, here's his other shoulder pad. Good old fashioned shoulder pad. Nothing's changed about this in all these years. What is that? Ah, it's for his cape. Okay. So that's it on there. Just stick that straight on. I like that. They even got a locator peg for the shoulder pad. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's great. See that little piece? I was like, what is that? It just catches that chain. I like that. And that is good. A good bit of sculpting. Or a good bit of mould making anyway. That mould's managed to fit together with that link going into that link. Very good. Okay. And then it's this front part, which is like the front leg. Front leg, one of the front legs. The other one of the front legs. Just thin down washes. Okay. I bet you the contrast would work well though on that. If you did like a bone, the bone primer they sell, Wraith bone, is it? And then you could use all sorts of mad colours, but in different layers. One coat of this with then another coat. Like Shep's done with contrast work really well. Those nids, for example.
And the towel that the boys did, and the Necrons. All came out wicked.
Yeah, the Necrons were more my airbrush, and then he did the thingy bob in. But the towel worked really well like that. But I just think with all the feathers and that. Oh, this is a delicate piece. That's a very cool bit of model. The detail's very tight.
So that used to be the kind of thing you'd add to the base models.
Right? Yeah, that, you know, the sort of super detailing you'd go for. Yeah. Okay, and that goes there. So this might actually need a bit of filling by the looks of this. Ooh. Okay, there is a little part that actually clicks into. So let me just clean off the excess. So all I did was ran a little bit of glue into there. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to let it dry. Because where that join is, it will melt and it will just seal the plastic together. So that I don't have to do any filling. You see, it's almost doing it in front of your eyes. It's making the join disappear. Okay. What's next? That on there, backpack, and that on there. Okay, so this is meant to go on here, but looking at this, is this easier to just not do it in one piece? I think it is going to be. Certainly make getting to all the bags and the bits and the bobs. See all that stuff under there. And painting the chest really nice and getting into that elbow. See, painting right up here would be a real pain. So we will leave this in two pieces. I will get some blue tack so that I can put it all together at the end. I'm definitely not going to stick the top to the bottom. I mean, with Gazgul, what did we do? We did backpack, head, backpack, both arms. One, two, both arms, the body, backpack, head, jaw, and face, all separate. And the pipes. Do you remember we did? There's quite a few bits actually. Okay, so doing this in 2 or 3 pieces is not such a big deal. A bit too much blue tack, George. Okay. Cape looks much better now. Look at that. Ow.
Yeah. Yeah. See? I was right.
You were right. You were right. It looked wrong.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's much more in balance.
Yeah.
Okay. No disrespect to the artist involved, because you've done a great job everywhere else. It just went a bit mad on that bit.
Yeah.
It was like an artistic flourish to a signature. It was just a bit too much.
Yeah.
It was like, ole! No need.
Just because you can do it doesn't mean
Yeah.
you should do it.
Yeah. This piece I'm working on now. When these were originally released, this was one of the design features that I just thought that is excellent. Was this wolf's head on the backpacks, where the normal little, I don't know, whatever the hell they are, those balls. I was like, what a good idea. So what did you do? Just take a photo of it?
No. I tried to take a photo of it, but the book's too shiny.
Oh, don't worry, bro.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit on this. It is quite an intricate little piece though. Hasn't changed that much though over the years. I'm glad I was off camera then. I was so busy, I was like with my mouth open catching flies. I must have killed that fly, you know.
Yeah, I haven't seen it or heard it. Did you know that the dreadnought from your army was actually put in the rulebook as a real thing?
What? Chaplain Dreadnought?
No, so your dreadnought in this
Space Wolf Army, yeah.
Yeah, is named the one with the twin-linked las cannon and missile launcher.
Go on.
And he's a named character in the game now. Scold Helm. The Black Fang Task Force is canon, and that's what your army was called in the book.
No.
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Is there any blurb?
The Black Fang Task Force represents part of the 11th Great Company of Space Wolves. They are currently assigned to the planet Collis
Okay.
in the Gothic sector, assisting in the struggle against the ruinous powers that be.
There you go.
Yeah. They're real. They exist in the history of 40k.
Damn. That's so cool. So the backpack is also something that I would definitely paint separately. We'll get it kind of put together like this, and then I'll show you how I'd approach mounting the pieces. The cocktail stick method, as we call it, but let's get it built like this. Let's have a look at the head. Al, would you take long to get into the camera?
No.
And give me like a 5 or a 6 so they can see this face a bit better.
Is that any better?
What are we at?
7.
Go up a bit more. To like a 10. Is that a 10?
That's not on the 10 yet.
What's that? That's out of focuses. Go up even more, Al. What we at? 15?
25.
25. There we go. He's got some wicked sculpt on that face. Look at that. But you can see what we've got to clean off, right? This is good for you guys to see. See all that? All down here. So this is what we got to correct in this. Let's kind of show you at this higher resolution. So you can see how pretty the detail is. Okay, just drop back down to like 5 and we'll carry on cleaning this up.
Maybe I should grow my hair out a little and start wearing it like that. Jesus. I could probably do the same, to be honest.
You could.
So could you.
I've got past it. My hair's too long for this old, this young blood's haircut. I mean, he can only have been growing his hair a couple of millennia by the looks of things. Ooh!
What did you just do?
He nearly disappeared. He went for a little walk then.
Archie says you should do it, Kay, and start a trend.
This is genuinely very hard. This bit. Because he's got like a little spike that you don't want to get rid of. This is a big part of like really high level model making that people don't even realise the time that would go into doing something like that. Just cleaning it up, getting it ready to actually paint. Just marvelling at the human brain, why we actually choose to do things like this. Love it though. Okay, and I do believe this will just sit. Yeah, really gentle. The tip of this blade has a certain amount of flexibility. So if you've got a sharp one and you are using the actual edge of the knife, it will softly curve. You don't need to put so much force if you've got a good Swan Morton. You can get these from Hobbycraft, yeah, Rich. Most good art stores will have them. Yeah, this just fits in there, right? It fits a certain way. It does fit a certain way. It fits like that. So let's get him just on a base. Okay, let's take his head off that's not stuck, and his torso. And let's think about how I want this on this base. Whereabouts I want him coming from. So I want it to that side, to that side. So a bit more to that side. Okay. That's it. Yeah, everyone makes that mistake. Like none of us are perfect until we've done it and made the mistake a few times. It's like a really boring process, but when it's done properly, that's what really is going to set your stuff apart, or make you really happy with what you got. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I was thinking about that, how they work together. If he's coming like that and Gazgul stood like this, how would you have him on the base?
Well, that's it, exactly like that. It looks like Gazgul's fighting whatever's in front of him, and Ragnar's just decided to come at him from the side, and Gazgul's just turning around like, how am I going to deal with this?
Yeah, because it doesn't work the other way, does it? Does it work that way?
Right, it does work. No, because
Gazgul's not looking at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd have to be this side for Gazgul. Gently. And that side for him.
Yeah.
Alright.
It looks like he's just come out of a pile of rubble and Gazgul's like, what?
Okay. In retrospect, I wish I'd done him on the other leg now.
Yeah.
You know where he's leading with the gun?
Mm-hmm.
But c'est la vie. I definitely can't change that. Do you know what I mean? I can't change that one little bit.
I'm sure you could. It would involve a lot. And destroying the paintwork.
Okay, so that's it. That's the actual clean-up and kind of pre-assembly. And now what I'd do is I've got to do. Do you remember when we did the base for Gazgul? So this has got to be greened, and I need to make a bit more barbed wire and build it up with green stuff, and then put some stuff and some sand and build the actual base up like I did. I'm not going to do that on this show, but these pieces. So let's get this out. Let's get all this white tack off of it, just for a minute. And when I paint in pieces, I'm going to get a pin vise. Let's get rid of that. Okay, good job. That was empty. So this piece, simple. It's got a base. It'll end up getting blue tacked onto something. So I got one main piece. That's going to be my main piece. And then each one of these, I'll look for somewhere to drill in. So this is already conveniently kind of got a pre-drill hole. So what I will say when you are doing this, don't be like, this is not like DIY where you want to try and get through as quick as possible. You definitely do not want to go through this plastic. So gentle drilling. But you do want to make a hole that's deep enough that you can get your bit of cocktail stick in there and it's going to actually stay in. I reckon that's deep enough. So, and I just use a cocktail stick that I've like nicked the really thin bit, the really pointy bit off. And if it's still, my drill bit's a bit big, I cut back a bit more until I get the right kind of fatness, but you've still got that taper, and a bit more. and then it just wedges itself because the wood's malleable, and you've got something to hold your piece. So it'd be that one, be the head. So be careful here. You do have to be careful. So like, you know, you talked about snapping things. I'm very mindful that I'm not putting any pressure on these little bits of hair. Do still need a bit more on this one. That's it. Oh, you know, we went today. I haven't had a cooked breakfast for a very long time, like from my favourite cafe in the world. And today, when we went out on our little road trip to do stuff, I was like, let's just check it out, Al. They might be eating outside. And you never know, we might be able to get something. And we got there and I was like, it's not looking good. But then the doors were open, right? Al?
Yep.
And it was open and we were like, we're in here.
Yeah, here we were.
Here we were, and there's a free table, so we walked in and I'm like, oh, I can taste it. I can taste the bacon and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, can we have a table outside? And she was like, yes you can, but we're not serving food anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean? She went, yeah, it's 3:30, we've stopped now. I'm not being funny, but you've been closed for 6 months. It's a boiling hot summer's day. Why are you closing at 3:30? What is that madness? Stay open. Cook me egg. Cook me bacon. I will pay.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now the torso.
I'm now getting hungry thinking about it.
Oh no, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is a bit more tricky actually, because it's not a solid sculpt. If I go there, will you be able to see it once I put it together? Let's have a look. I need to try something out, everyone. Bear with me. It'll be very hard to see. Okay, let's try there. So I've actually picked one of the where it'd get glued round. What I was going to do, so if this was like your average Space Marine, it would have a that's no good. That was too thin. Okay. We'll have to do what I was going to do, which was here. You won't see it once it's stuck together, this. No, that's the one. Okay. One more cocktail stick. What?
Couldn't just build one dude without a cocktail stick.
I mean, you just can't though, Al. Let's clean that off.
Does that mean when we get around to building the Black Orc team, we're gonna have goblins on cocktail sticks?
No, I mean, no. We're just gonna. That's different. It's a different project, right?
Yeah.
It's not this level of project.
No, not at all.
Okay, so yeah, that is your base. Actually assembling this model before painting. The only part left to do that I would recommend you do before you actually get round to painting this model is, like I said, so should we do something with the base? We got time. I don't know yet. is to do the base, and that's all about just green stuff. In fact, yeah, let's do some base. We've got time. We've got 25 minutes. So I've got the 3 main pieces. I'm going to make some barbed wire. Remember I made barbed wire? I'm going to make some more really quickly because I know I'm going to need to for the base. I don't like the one that you can buy. It doesn't look like barbed wire. I do need the really... Is it the thin one? Where's my Gazgul? Yeah, it was the thin one. And super glue. Where did I put you, super glue? There you are. Okay. So I'm doing my nail, going over my nail, and you take all of the kinks out of the wire from where it was wrapped. And same again. Joys of not biting your nail, Al.
Yeah.
I always used to bite them. So this is really simple, everyone. You know this. No, that wire's too thin. I need a bigger wire. That's the wire. Is that 15? Okay, let's do 15 and 15. Okay. This first one, just going to pinch that together. Remember, it was wrap. We can do an extra wrap actually on this. Wrap a couple of times and then you make a loop. Wrap. One more. Get the pliers. Squeeze them together. Where is my focus? Ow. I feel like I've got no focus.
You're still on.
I'm still alright.
The same 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just my eyes, probably. Yeah.
Maybe you're just getting tired.
Just getting old. That's it. And you can slide this so you get in the right position for where you want your barbed wire spread apart. nearly done enough. A couple more loops and it will be plenty. That should do. So when you get spread out to roughly where you want them, you can adjust that up, of course, moving things about. Here's you get your super glue, which I knocked over, and a cocktail stick. And just glue them up. Okay, I'll give it a quick hair dry, just so I don't stick my fingers together. And then our snippers. So we'll cut a bit off this end, make it a bit easier to work with. A bit off that end. And then you just, you know, clip off your loops, but leave in the barb. Oh, you didn't stick. That's it. They've actually come out really nice. It's much better than the raw barbed wire, and it actually looks like what they've sculpted, because they have sculpted it correctly, the barbed wire that's on it. So how long we got? We've got 15 minutes. Okay. What else would we add? So we have got some, let's see if I've got any micro drills. Where's my drill bits? Sorry, my drawers are not playing ball there. There we go. Where are you, my little drills? Where's my little micro drills? They're too big. That's pretty small. Sorry everyone, trying to find these. Magnets. I did have this pack of drill bits that was so tiny, I'm not sure where they've gone. But I'll make do. All I wanted to do really is... Right, I want to try and make... Ooh, I could use that actually. Okay, that's an option. Too big? Let's have a look. Yeah, too big. You'll see. I think you might work. Okay, so instead of using a micro drill bit, yeah, they look about the same. I've got this, which is a brass rod with a little hole in it. It's really tiny. I'm not sure if this will cut with a knife, but we'll try. So I do the same. I roll a tube and you score into the...
Did it just ping?
Ping! I found it as well. Captain Rex, thank you very much. So that is... I think I might have cut it a bit short. Yeah, I have cut it a bit short, but that I will cut a few more. A bit short, or is that right? Let's have a look. No, it isn't. It's about right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, before I start, I've made some barbed wire. He's got some shell casings. I want to add to that. So each time I go over it, I'll just go around the edge of the cut and go over the front. Just to give me back a nice flat clean edge, and I'll do the same. So you roll the tube, and as long as you're kind of balancing your knife, it should give you a nice clean round cut, he says, not having it worked this time. I'm trying to stop this from pinging away. That was way too short, that one. Okay, let's try another one. That's better. So yeah, I'm going to make at least 5 or 6 of these bullet casings with this brass tube, and they're going to all start to add to the bits I sink into the mud on the base to tie it in with what they've already sculpted. And then I'm just going to do the whole PVA and sand, but like various grades of sand with very tiny little stones and bigger bits. But yeah, I've got the hang of this now. So this stuff, I'm pretty sure you can get it from Hobbycraft, but of course easily available on the internet. So yeah, thank you, Captain. That was really nice of you. Okay, I'm not going to try and mix up any green tonight. It is only 10 to. We haven't got time for that. And I do need to make, I'll dig out a couple of bits of, you know, like I did on Go School Space. Let's get it across. You see like these bits and the odd little, whatever I'd stuck, the odd pipe sticking out. there was a little bit of shoulder pad or whatever. So some of these bits I need to go through my bits box, which I'm definitely not going to do on stream, because to be honest with you, I can't remember where I put it. And we'll build that up. We'll have that match. I will anyway, and that will be where you need to take the model before you start painting. And we will get on with this on the next stream. I will have had time to hopefully dig out those bits and get that done, and we can start working on this. I do need to give my airbrush a thorough cleaning, and we can also maybe, if I get hold of some good green stuff before next stream. Are they open on a Sunday?
I believe so. Let me search.
Maybe start doing the green stuff on this little guy for next month's awesome giveaway. This is this month's, which Captain Rex may well be in now with his generous donation. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But this is this month's. They are?
Yeah, they're open from 10:30.
From 10:30. Alright, I might have to go and get some green stuff tomorrow. But yeah, this is the end of the month giveaway. I'll just go through my housekeeping. If you want to win it, you need to get in it. And if not, please push the subscription button if you can. And if not, the notifications, it will let you know when we're going live. Not even close. I don't even know, honestly, pups, this month what's going on with it. But right, I will be back on Monday. We'll cut it a little bit short. It's only a few minutes. I will be back on Monday, normal time, 7 o'clock. And that will be our only stream next week. So tune in. It will get given away next week. And then I will be back most definitely on the 3rd. I'll definitely back on the 4th of May, but I might be doing a show on the 3rd as well. But that will be the next big show. And on the 4th of May show, we are giving away a lot of stuff. So it's a show you want to be. Get your friends out. Get the word out and get your friends watching. Okay? I'll see you on Monday. Till then, one love. Peace.